Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, I've got this fantastic deck called the Citadel. It's such a beautiful, it's a whole big, if you've seen on the other channel, it's a whole big backstory, these oracle cards. It's actually pretty cool. Almost like a Lord of the Rings. It's a book called The Spy Master's Gambit. There's all kinds of things in here. And it's two deck of cards, two oracles. And it also comes with a little coin with a yes or no decision coin. So I'm going to do a kind of a different reading today. This is for Prince William. Prince William is getting battered in the media. Sadly, I don't hear anybody from the palace standing up for him. I'm going to ask, how does Prince William garner his power back? Prince William was in a very powerful position 2 years ago. It almost looked like, Charles was leaning on him quite a bit. And then Catherine got ill, and you could tell Prince William stepped back, rightfully so. And now Catherine is back, and Prince William's getting battered for it. He's getting blamed for it. He's being called lazy. He's self-righteous on his high horse. He's angry Harry's coming back. It's awful. Absolutely. And the guy's done nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong. Hasn't made a step wrong. And I don't see anybody in the palace helping him. So I've got this, I've got a power spread I'm going to do. I'm going to put out 9 cards, and each card has its own separate question. I know I don't do this too often. I lay out the cards and let the cards tell the story, but sometimes it's nice to do something different. So this is called the power spread. So let's see how will William garner his power back? What advice do the cards give William to garner his power back? Shall we begin? All right, so I'm going to lay out 9 cards, and in no particular order. I'm just doing it intuitively. Don't worry if they're off camera right now. I'll have a quick look. Oh, I can't believe I did it. And the underlying card, oh, can you believe this? The air. This is the underlying energy of this reading. The air. Unseen potential, but hesitation. There he is. So the underlying energy is William is the air. So does it matter what his power is? Does it matter how they trash him in the media? Does it matter what Harry has to say? Because William is the air, and no one can take that away from him. He has the unseen potential. All right, so the first question is, what power is William giving away? The sleeper, cause and effect, clarify. Okay, the power that he's giving away is that he is laying low and he's not saying anything. He's just allowing it to happen. And that is what has given his power away. He's kind of been distracted by other things and didn't really pay attention to what was going on. Look at that, the clock agrees. And now it's a full-blown problem. So I think that he wasn't really clear on what was going on. So that is what has happened. What power needs to be reclaimed? The merchant, self-worth and trade. So balancing things out again. Self-worth and trade is what power needs to be reclaimed. Balance. And we started Libra season today. So maybe during Libra season, interesting, isn't this, that this is Libra season and we got apples, it's fall, it's autumn. The merchant, self-worth and trade. So he just basically has to learn how to balance this out, and I'm getting that he just has to balance this out. Perhaps he has to retaliate in somehow, and he has to know his self-worth is the air. Like, screw him, right? All right. Now, how does he call that power back? So, what does he have to do to get this balance back? He sleepily allowed it to happen by not paying attention. And then he has to get this power back. So, how does he do that? The alchemist, balance, invention, destruction. Isn't this interesting? Two balance cards. Solve. So, I think what he has to do is he has to destroy Harry in some regards, or destroy the media in some regards. Um, he has to the alchemist, balance, invention, destruction, balance. So perhaps he has to get his side of the story and back into the paper, um, or reinvent himself somehow. Like they've been called boring, and there's a doctor today saying, Catherine should have never told the public about her cancer. Her and other celebrities are a problem. Why? There's a waiting list because now everyone wants to check and see if they have cancer, as if that's a bad thing, as if it's a bad thing. So it's these celebrities' problem that the National Health Services in the UK they don't have the facilities to handle their citizenship. Yeah, the articles are against Catherine and William would blow your mind. So they have to rebrand somehow, not in a way that Meghan Markle does it, but in a way to balance it out. So I don't know if that means, like, I see this feather, so perhaps writing stuff about Harry and Meghan, putting that out there. You know what would balance it in hell of a hurry is those two babies, the truth about them. Okay, so what power does William use as a crutch? Right? Because everybody has a crutch. What? Ooh, the assassin, ruthlessness, conviction. What? Um, what does he use as a? Oh, you know what? He knows that one day when he's king, he's going to be ruthless with Harry. So, in some respects, he's like, you know what? I'm the heir. Say what you want now, do what you want now, because one day I'm going to be king and I'm going to be ruthless with you. And I'm going to make sure you are never able to say anything like this about me or my wife ever again. So he uses that as a crutch. And I find a lot of royals use time as a crutch. Eventually it'll go away, eventually the truth will come out. It could be decades. Like, look what we're learning about Sarah right now. So that's what his crutch is that, well, one day I'm going to be king and I'm going to be able to I can do whatever I want then. So I'm just going to, we'll balance something out right now. We'll put out some of our own articles, but one day I won't have to worry about this. So what power does William use to his own detriment? What power? The forgotten, missed opportunities, fear of failures. Well, missed opportunities. This is what power does he use to his detriment? Never complain, never explain. And the forgotten, missed opportunities. I think this is huge. This is huge. The missed opportunity to demand birth certificates, the missed opportunity to put articles in the paper about moon bumps or whatever, or around, birth certificates or marriage certificates, or real stories about Meghan, the bully report, forgotten things like that. That's missed opportunities. That's crazy good. How to rein in the power to a healthy level. How does William rein in the power to a healthy level? The Herald, small regrets and longing. Yeah, okay, I'm getting that. So how does he rein it in? Oh, and if you're wondering why I'm turning them over, I always read these upright, and just somehow the way I put them back in the box, they all got mixed up. So I know I always get somebody who asks, how come you turn them? How come you don't? So anyways, small regrets and longing. So, how does he rein in the power to a healthy level? Perhaps nibble away at it. Nibble, 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 nibble. And that's right under the alchemist here: balance, invention, destruction. So, create more balance. Drop little hints rather than the big hammer coming down, waiting until he's king and then dealing with it. This is telling me, do little, 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 right? And he can either do it by, um, his actions or his words. So, kind of a rebranding. I don't want them to rebrand. I think they're perfect just the way they are. They're going to be king and queen one day. And I think they're holding their own quite a bit. I don't think they need any kind of rebranding. I think that's being pushed for them to rebrand from the Markles, because then they can say, oh, they're rebranding just like us. They're copying us and rebranding, or right. There's always some kind of weird reason why some of those articles come out. Okay, the power that he does take that hinders him: the adventure, responsibility, expectations. I agree. I agree. Responsibility and expectation. The power that he undertakes that hinders him is that he's very responsible. People have high expectations of him. I think underneath there is a volcano that is about to explode. And look at that. It's right underneath the assassin. They have no idea who they just woke up. They absolutely have no idea who they are dealing with. I believe that one of the first thing that William will do is decimate Harry and Meghan every which way that he can. So this expectation of, he's going to be king, he has to respond this way, he doesn't bark back in the media, he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that, is really hindering him, that he will explode one day. And you look at this explosion, look at this, almost looks like this explosion to this assassin to put Harry into the cloud. I'm not saying that's actually going to happen, but to put Harry to sleep, right? To put Harry in his nonsense, quiet it for once and for all. It's just, once he is the responsibility and the expectations of king, I wouldn't want to be Harry, let's put it that way. How does he bring this power into balance? Which is interesting because we started with balance. So how does he bring this power into balance? The muse, generosity, naivety. This is actually kind of cool, because I think this is his three children. I think this is, I want to say be more of a dad. I still think he's a great dad. I think he does a lot of things with his children. Perhaps we have to see more of a softer side to William, a more laid back side. Hair sticking up, got a beer in his hand in the can, right? I think there's something here to be said to have more fun, and we see him at a pub and he's having a beer, or we do see them out laughing and enjoying themselves. But you know what? Let's see more. Let's see, a pair of runners or trainers, as you call them in the UK, some sweatpants, or, like your nice relaxing clothes that you're wearing to possibly clean out the shed or something. I think we need to see him lighten up a little bit, and that will bring more balance into it. Also, that will psychologically bring more balance into it. This would be the Three of Cups in the tarot. I still think it has a lot to do. I want to say, I don't know why I'm getting wine, women, and song. Right? There's the song, there's the wine, and then there's the women. You know, sometimes women were called birds. Not that he needs to go out and find more women, but I think more of that freelance. Come on, Catherine, let's go. I know, but I know he can't. He can't just wander around without security, and it's very difficult. If you aren't an actor, it's very difficult to act. But I don't think he needs to be more generous. I think he's very generous, but just that naivety, maybe, of the ordinary man. That's what I'm hearing. That's what he needs to do to balance it. And not only will it balance the perception of him, it will balance his life as well, to have more fun. Just go out and have more fun. Be the fun king, the fun Prince of Wales. How is he going to maintain this balance going forward? The champion, achievement, but a champion also has a downfall. The champion. I'm going to say, yeah, just champion, his pet projects, his Earthshot prize. Interesting, this sword is cracked, and he's the king of swords. Achievement and downfall. This is actually the Knight of Swords card. Chat more about his achievements. Really, how does he maintain this going forward? Maybe admit some of the things that are going wrong in his life, right? Maybe talk about that more often. Interesting. Let's get some. I picked this stone up. I don't know why. It was sitting here, and my intuition told me to rub my thumb in this. This is why I bought this rock. It fits my thumb perfectly. I believe this is an ocean jasper. Yes, it is. And it's really good for intuition. And it's really warm. If you were to feel it right now, it's crazy how much it's warmed up. But that's why I bought it. See how my thumb fits in there, and I rub it. All right, let's get some clarifiers. So it's pretty clear William needs to get more balance in his life. He needs to get a hold of this situation rather than waiting until he's king. This is his Achilles heel right here. You're thinking, oh, I'll deal with it once I'm king. No, you have to deal with it now mentally. Otherwise, it's going to eat you up inside, and otherwise, you're going to explode. And that's not healthy either. Go out and have more fun. Balance more. Your Achilles heel is doing it the royal way, because you're not dealing with royals, right? You're taking a knife to a gunfight. You're taking a knife to a gunfight. Let's get some. But yeah, he's the heir. Look at, and all the cards agree with that. Let's get some oracle cards. Broom. New starts, cleansing, resources. Yes. Yes. Take Megan's broom away from her. Oh, pomegranate. Vitality, sensuality, body anatomy. And we have a pomegranate on here as well. Look at all over on this side here in the future. Look how bright and lovely that is. And over here, it's kind of doom and gloom. Look at I'm going to say that there is parts of William that does seem stiff and cold. He needs to warm that up. He needs to grab that Cancer part of his life, like his mother was a Cancer, and warm that up a little bit. And that might come out in the fun part here. I know he's going to be king, and that's kind of difficult, but we are in a new era. We aren't in his grandfather's time anymore, or his great grandfather's time anymore. People want connection. They want connection with their king. Their king is no longer a mystery, right? The royal life is no longer, I guess, right, a mystery to people. Think, it must be like this, must be like that. And then we find out 100 years later, they spent their days drinking and smoking. right? um, so I think though this vitality, sensuality, body anatomy, I think he's going to loosen up a little bit. And helm, navigation, control, and journey. And this is the chariot card, which is him. He is the chariot as a Cancerian. So it's funny I said he's got to bring out more of his Cancerian features, and the Cancer card showed up. Yeah, I think, the cards are pretty consistent, and there are other really interesting cards in here, but this was very, very consistent that he has to balance himself out for body, mind, and soul. And that's what the um, Cancerian card is all about: body, mind, and soul, getting control of all three of those aspects. And even the broom has three on here, and the muse card here. I think that's how he will get his power back, is relating more to the people than the crown, than his expectations here, his responsibility and expectations. Now, I'm not telling him to go out and be, drunk and, admit to smoking drugs and, not that at all. Just lighten up. I'm even as I'm doing this reading, my whole body is kind of tight. Take a deep breath, lighten up. You and Catherine go out more often, do more, dare you say, commoner things. Throw the kids in the car and go for a Sunday afternoon ice cream kind of thing. Um, have your hair sticking up. You know what I mean? You don't have to be, you don't have to go to the other extreme. That's what I'm trying to say. But lighten up, get more balance in your life. He has so many responsibilities. Well, get more play into your life. Get your body, mind, soul. You know what? This card here is telling me it wants to show it. Oh, the Archer. Biding your time, planning ahead. Interesting. Because that's what he's doing. He's biding his time. He's planning ahead. But in the meantime, balance yourself out so that when you do get there, you don't explode. You don't explode. This man is ready to explode. He needs to balance that out. And it's interesting, the Archer is the Sagittarius card. And he is Sagittarius rising. Very cool. Bide your time, plan ahead. So he's got lots of time. Plan ahead, plan how you're going to do it. But in the meantime, balance that baby out. All right. Well, there you go. Aren't these cards cool? I love these cards so much. I don't know why I don't use them more often. All right, William, get your power back. Balance it out. And hang in there. We're almost there. Thank you very much for watching. Please take good care. See you online. Bye for now.